let's
let's
start. Hold on now. You need to make me a co-host.
make you a co-host, and then we will record all of this.
So this is why Brad and I do this every time, is because sometimes you never know that a file could be corrupted or it doesn't actually record on someone's computer. So we always double record just in case. So we always
I've had many times where I fucked up a recording. Yeah. And I am in such a good mood. Like I've never been there are very few things in my life that make me this happy, Greg. Like, let's before we get into the show, let's do the breaking news segment.
Okay. All right. Here's the breaking news. If you can't hear it, I am not from an undisclosed secure location today. I am actually doing, as I said I would last week, sitting out on my deck, and I watched SmackDown, and I grilled some smash burgers. And what I was trying to tell Brad as we were starting to record is, hey, can you hear that traffic behind me? And he's like, yeah, but leave it in. It's good for the podcast. And so my dumbass forgot that this is actually the graduation day parade here in the Passage. So they actually start at the school and drive all around town with one final wave. They call it the final wave and goodbye to all the students. So and of course, it starts right as we start to record. So if you're hearing, motorcycles and horns behind me, I'm not in downtown Toronto. I am sitting on my back deck enjoying. But that's not the breaking news we want to talk about, right?
No, I don't think it's the breaking news we want to talk about.
Okay.
But I mean,
all right. You want to hit the news sound again then?
Hit the news sound again.
Brad's letter writing campaign has been answered. Our prayers have been answered.
Wait. One of my letter writing campaigns has been answered. The other one would be to get CM Punk fired again. So that one's clearly not happening. But
one's not happening. But our prayers have been answered. SmackDown is going back to 2 hours next week.
That was like cling, cling, cling. I was hoping for a loud cheer. I'm like, guys, come on now.
Yeah, you need a hooray.
I need a hooray. I have not been so happy in a very long time. It was this was.
That says very little about your wife. You know that, right?
I love my wife, but seriously, guys, this is, I don't care. This was I just started doing the math in my head. As they announced it, and I'm like, we have spent let's say an hour since January.
Right.
That is 16 weeks. There's 15 weeks, 26 weeks. And we missed 3 or 4. Okay. So it's 22 weeks of a bonus hour of SmackDown. We've probably watched 20 extra hours of crappy. And it's not like SmackDown. My wife's like, how did that work? I'm like, let me explain to you. When you complain about grading essays where a student has been told they have to write 1,000 words and they really only have 500. Yeah, that's been what we've been dealing with for 6 months.
Yep. Ain't that the facts?
So I thought we had to wait all the way to August. This is it's Christmas in July, Greg.
It's Christmas in June. We're not even in July, buddy.
But okay, so officially though, the first Christmas morning isn't until next Friday.
I am going to take Christmas morning today.
We are celebrating the end of this, and we are also celebrating a really weird SmackDown.
Yes.
So
that is the nicest way to describe that.
Let's hit the theme song, and then we'll talk about this episode.
Podcast of sports entertainment, it's Brad, the dad, and Father Greg, the SmackDaddies.
So hello, friends. I am Brad the Dad, and I'm joined by my tag team partner, Greg Father Feltham.
Bless you, my son.
And we are your SmackDaddies for the Hub. We are recording your SmackDown review in the middle of the afternoon while the sun is up because, sure.
Do you know what? If WWE decided that they wanted to base themselves out of Europe going forward, we'd be okay with that.
We might be the only people who would be okay with the Saudi Arabian base, but
Europe time zones we're okay with.
Yeah, listen, they can move. If they wanted to move SmackDown to Saudi Arabia every week, I could care less. I mean, there's some other things I would miss, but sure, we're going to talk about the things we would miss. There are two things in particular I could think about missing.
Yeah. Well, the first one is having stable power, but
yeah, that's why I said
we'll get to that in a sec. We'll get to that in a sec.
Greg, in a sec. It's
no,
like
we still have to bask in the glory of we only have 2 weeks. We only have 2 hours starting next week, Brad. You've not spent enough time in awe of this announcement. I can see the relief in your face.
I am so happy. I may even put that theme song in if it turns out okay. I had a special song I've been working on for doing this. Yeah, Greg, this was the best thing that's come out of Michael Cole's mouth ever. When he said special programming note, SmackDown is back. He said it like 6 times tonight.
Sure, but at first it was only for next week, if you noticed.
Yes.
Right? It was, hey, next week SmackDown is 2 hours. And I was like, oh, cool. However, that's just next week. I'm assuming we're just getting this for next week. And then, at the very late in the show, the bomb got dropped.
Yeah, do you mean the good news, the joy bomb?
The joy bomb.
It's like glitter exploded everywhere and
glitter bomb. Yeah, sure. Yeah.
It's like it was like watching one of those glitter bomb videos where somebody people who are stealing packages get glitter bomb. That's what it felt like. Just the same joy.
So happy. So happy.
So they're going back to 2 hours. I assume this is because they did a solid for USA and the USA won't pay them any more money. So they're like, sorry.
Yeah. I don't know, and nor do I care. I am just happy. I'm ecstatic that, we don't have to watch, like, Brad, no more of the nights that you and I have to figure out if we're going to record at midnight or the next morning.
Yeah. Well, if we want to record at 11 o'clock, it's not undoable.
Not undoable, but when we don't start recording till after midnight.
Oh, that's undoable. Undoable.
Right? It's not. Yeah. So I don't know.
We have options, Greg. We have options.
We do have options. We do, in fact, have options. So
we also have this other great option called it's only 2 hours. Like, I just think about weekends like this when there's a PLE tomorrow and you have a 3-hour SmackDown or 2.5-hour SmackDown.
Well, we'll get to that.
This felt like a tease tonight. Like, and you joked earlier, it felt like a tease when they said we're going back to 2 hours. It was almost like the fates themselves were like, no, you only get 2 hours of SmackDown tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, right. But all right,
let's start because this is such a good show.
Can I talk about this?
Yeah, let's talk about this Happy SmackDown. Are we? Okay. So we're not going to go into too much detail because there's going to be a show tomorrow. We are recording this early, so it'll be out probably before 9 o'clock. We probably have this episode out before the episode in the States airs.
Yeah. For those who aren't in the States or who are in the States and haven't watched it yet, get a VPN. Yeah, and use your Netflix.
And if there's anybody who owns a VPN company who would like to sponsor this podcast, we would be pumping in the advertising right here.
You know what? We actually should talk about that because I think we can make that happen.
You think we can get a VPN sponsor?
Yeah, I actually was looking into it this week, but I haven't had a chance to talk to you about it.
Okay, we will put this in there. We are going to work on getting a VPN sponsor, but we will start recommending you all the time because there's going to be lots of European WWE shows, and you suckers in the States have to wait. Where we not only did we not have to wait, we also got a shorter SmackDown, which we keep alluding to. I am kind of interested at 9:00, maybe around 9:15. I might flip on the USA Network, which you've helped me get access to over the years. So my local cable distributor, Greg Feltham, I just to see what I kind of want to watch that promo. I'm not going to lie.
So that's not going to be on. All right. So what we're alluding to, let's go and talk.
Okay. So first of all, Michael Cole and Wade Barrett are on the call because Joe Test apparently is one of the people who doesn't want to go to Saudi Arabia.
So this is weird. All right. Let me kind of tell my story as I start this. So I ended up having an unexpected medical appointment this afternoon. And my medical appointment was at 1:30 Eastern. So I got in my car shortly after 1:00 Eastern. And I turned Netflix on and I put it on my Bluetooth in my car so I could listen to SmackDown while I was driving to my appointment to try to help catch up. So myself and Brad, our plan was to record immediately after SmackDown went off the air, but that went to hell in a handbasket on so many levels. So as I'm driving to my appointment, I swear, like off the top, isn't Joe Tessitore doing the voiceover?
Maybe? I don't know. It sounded like him. It was weird.
I thought it was Tessitore, and then when they got to this in arena segment, it was Cole and Barrett, which is fine. But I just assumed that Tessitore was there as as he does for a main event, like the in-house like host type thing. So I didn't know if it was just like we missed that, and yeah, so. Anyhow, we get the Tessitore, or sorry, we get the Cole and Barrett kind of start,
and they're hosting they'll be doing the PLE tomorrow. Yeah, they do it, and we get like the loudest entrances I've heard in a long time, Greg, because Cody comes out and the crowd is loud singing his theme song.
Yeah, Cody Rhodes.
And adrenaline in my soul, they sing all the way through. And then I thought it was just Cody. Then Randy comes out and the same thing happens with voices. Like the crowd just, her voice is in their head. And before we get any promo, boom. Because Randy.
Here's the legitimate funny part. Okay. When I got in the car and I started driving, that's the part we were on. Okay, it was Randy Orton's music has just hit. And I'm like, no, I'm going to rewind and I'm going to start. So by the time it took me to drive from my place to the 10 minutes down the road to where my appointment was, I hadn't hit Randy Orton's music coming out. So I then went into my appointment. And as I was waiting kind of in there, this is when I see on my phone, SmackDown's off the air. So you tell your Randy part at this point.
Yeah, because Randy C calls me. Randy C and of Randy C and Eric B fame, the Raw Dogs. Raw Dogs call me and they say that, and I just message you and say, "Hey, I think Raw's off the air," because Randy's telling me this.
Off the air, yeah.
SmackDown's off the air, so I'm watching I'm not watching. Haven't started yet, and I was like, "Oh, Frank, what a mess this is going to be." And then so I start the show. I'm like, "What's wrong with Randy?" I can see the show starting, so I watch till this. It cuts, and then I'm like, and then I have to message you and realize, oh, it's not off the air. It's just part of it is missing.
Yeah. So here's what happened during that promo segment or whatever. They lost power.
Wait, they lost power in the arena?
So WWE SmackDown and Netflix live broadcast delayed due to power issue. PW Insider reported that a power loss in Riyadh affected WWE's entire production, including Control Room and Gorilla. Had nothing to do with Netflix. So that was kind of the issue, and then it took them a while to get everything back up. But yeah, that's apparently what caused the issue. Now, I will say that our friends over at Fightful Select had an update here as well on this. So yeah, the international feeds froze and the screens in Riyadh went out during the promo. Talent were made aware of the issues after the promo. Randy Orton tried to kill time by speaking with the crowd, and then Orton's theme played repeatedly as they went around meeting fans. And about 25 minutes into the outage, Cody came out to speak with the crowd, and the internal screens began to work again. Carmelo in street clothes was brought out to confront Cody, who ended up eating a Crossroads. And then there's YouTube video of this, what happened off the air. And then, they refilmed the Cody and Randy Orton segment
after the show was over so that they could have something there for SmackDown.
Yeah, I think actually that's what they did is no. I think what they did is they refilmed that and restarted live at that point.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So there's a whole Randy Orton Cody thing that was not seen
by us. So we have the Randy Cody promo is going to probably be on USA Tonight. I'm dying to see how they recut this then, because they have a 3-hour time slot to fill.
Yeah. So there is, there's a live feed here.
Yeah.
Of someone who streamed live to YouTube, where they have the whole thing.
Wow. What a mess.
Yeah. What a mess. So
yeah, we had 2 recaps before that promo started during the entrances. And then we just went to Michael Cole making a joke saying, I'm really sorry that we went off the air, and I'm even more sorry that you're coming back and looking at Wade Barrett. And Wade Barrett points out, hey, when Joe Test is here, this kind of stuff doesn't happen. And it's like, sure.
Oh, that's really funny. So when I tried to fast forward on my phone and catch back up, I didn't catch any of that. I just basically caught back like some random spot that wouldn't let me rewind back again for it. So I missed that interaction. So that's really funny.
Well, you picked up right where we were probably going to start the show, which was match number 1, JC Mateo versus Jimmy Uso. And Solo was in the back telling JC, hey, we're giving Jimmy one last chance to get back in the family.
Yeah.
The only thing that was really good about this was the hint before at the promo where Solo says, we're going to try and bring the family back together. And this, we're not done yet. And to me, that said, spoiler alert, we're bringing everybody back. The tag teams, anybody who's joining the bloodline, we're about to bring in a whole bunch of bodies.
Sure. I'm just bored with this now.
I was about to ask you a question, but I'll just say, hey, this match ends with Solo distracting Jimmy, and Jimmy eats a tour of the islands. After the match, Solo gives Jimmy a chance to reconnect. Instead, they beat him up. Down comes get in where you can fit in. Comes in Jacob Fatu, and he saves Jimmy, and Jimmy then saves him from Solo, and poor JC Mateo just gets destroyed. Greg, as the bloodline turns, is back, baby. Woo! Greg knows exactly what he's cutting from the first hour, from one of the 3 hours of SmackDown.
Yes, he does.
Greg, what are you cutting from what's the first thing you're cutting from the 3 hours of SmackDown?
All of this.
So it's like, as the bloodline turns.
I don't want a toilet flush.
Craig was like, give me a flush. Because you're really mad about this. Why are you so mad?
I'm bored of this, Brad. I'm bored.
I know I have a toilet flush. Maybe that's it. Let's see. There you go. We just flushed the entire bloodline down the toilet.
Oh boy! All right.
So you want this show to start right with Zelina and Julia with the hype package for this match.
I don't even know if I need a hype package.
The hype package was weird because Julia doesn't speak English, so they subtitled her. I think there was a great line in here from Zelina, who talked about how I'm from the streets. And we handle our business in the streets, but that's why they have sidewalks, because some people like sneak up from behind. I was like, I see what you're doing there. I'm not sure that's why they have sidewalks.
Yeah, I don't think that's right, but sure.
So early on, Zelina hurts her knee, And then after the commercial, we start seeing Zelina hitting things like a Meteora, but Julia hitting a Meteor, getting hit by a Meteora to the outside. Zelina hits a code red, but she over rotates and Zelina's feet end up in the ropes. And this is where Zelina recovers. She avoids the moonsault Julia recovers. Zelina misses the moonsault. Julia hits an Arrivederci knee and the Northern Lights bomb for the win. Greg, are you happy with the title change?
I'm wondering whether or not this was an audible with the technical issues they had there, or if this was planned. I suspect it was planned, but I always wonder if that was an audible called today.
I'm happy to see there are three big stars that have been brought up. Zelina Vega is the victim of Julia. We have Stephanie Vaquer over on Raw, and also Roxanne Perez. And these are three really good wrestlers, and I'm happy to have them on the main roster. And I'm happy Julia's getting a title run right off the hop.
Yeah, no, I agree. So it'll be interesting.
What about Zelina's title reign? Do you think it was long enough, just right? Like, were you okay with her reign, or are you still just bitter because Chelsea's not the U.S. champ?
The latter, because I don't think Chelsea's going to beat Julia.
No, and I don't think Chelsea's going to be anywhere near this title picture because Julia is a heel and so is Chelsea.
Yeah, so.
Or is Julia a heel? I really don't know.
I don't know.
Does it matter?
Not for me, no.
Here's another recap. Maybe we can go back down to like 2 recaps a show when we get back to 3 hours from
One
3 hours to 2.
One can hope.
Charlotte got attacked last week, and they flew Charlotte and Alexa Bliss over here just so they could talk about how they're going to work together, but not work together.
Okay, sounds good.
And sure, next up, we have Jade and Asuka talking segment for the Queen of the Ring.
Yeah.
This didn't really start until Naomi came out.
No, it didn't.
And is it like, this is you? I know you're not a Naomi fan, but Naomi was the best part of the segment. No, hands down.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Naomi is I'm very curious to see what's going to happen. I thought tonight was a bit of a cop out, but I knew that there was something that was going to happen tonight, but I didn't know what. So yeah.
Yeah, Naomi coming out and cutting a promo basically telling Jade is going to be the highlight of her career when she gets to ruin Jade's title victory. And Jade goes after Naomi, but she pushes Asuka out of the way to get to Naomi, and Asuka's not having any of that. She bitch slaps Jade, and then Naomi comes in and capitalizes. I know Asuka's not winning tomorrow, but boy, do I want her to win.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah. We haven't talked about the women's tag team titles. This is what we get from Nick Aldis and the other guy.
Adam Pearce.
Who cares? Adam Pearce is Raw's problem. Listen to the Raw Dogs if you want to deal with Adam Pearce. Anyways, Nick, they haven't figured it out. Guys, it's been 2 weeks. What the hell? I mean, I guess the problem is they have to fight. There's so many women fighting for this title. They don't know who the number one contenders are.
Oh, I mean, you can easily tell they're in corporate America.
Anyways, Aleister Black comes in and R-Truth cuts him off again, and he wants Cena tonight. And he gets Adam Pearce and Nick Aldis' names right, and he pushes Aleister out of the way. And
which is, that in itself is wrong.
What? That he pushed Aleister out of the way?
No, that he got their names right.
Yeah, you still want him to be crazy, even though he's focused.
Yeah. I still want the happy R-Truth that, doesn't know, like, that calls Tommaso Ciampa Triple H, like,
and Johnny Gargano, Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, that's right. Because he says what he says what I think. So I like that.
And I don't like where this is going, but we're going to get there very shortly. Hey, another recap. Although I'm happy they talked about this. Los Garzas won the AAA tag team titles.
Did they?
Yeah, that was a recap of that.
Fast forward to that shit.
Okay, we have a whole thing in the back we have a whole thing in the back with the DIY guys. Yeah, that was earlier on the show, and they're the locker room leaders, and they're going to get a match against Andrade and a mystery tag team because we don't have enough tag teams in the show. We need Andrade to find a tag partner.
Yeah, that's exactly what we need is another tag team.
Well, and it's not even like we get a good tag team because Andrade is going to team up with Ray Phoenix against DIY for a tag match. Greg, I hate this. I hate this like poison. This match was amazing. No, I love the match. I just hate the fact that we have the Lucha Brothers under contract and we're having Ray Phoenix and Penta do tag matches without their regular tag partner.
Yeah.
It's not like Raw couldn't use a tag team. Can we just move Ray Phoenix to Raw?
No, we can't.
I'll tell you what, we'll make you a deal, Raw Dogs. You can have Ray Phoenix, so you can have him team up with Penta. But you have to take Nia Jax too.
That's not a bad trade for us, is it?
It's a great trade for us. It's a great trade for us. You know what? I'll do you one better. Randy, I know you're going to listen to this. Randy, we love you. We will trade you straight up. You can take any tag team you want from SmackDown, except for the Street Profits because they're the tag champs. But you give us back Penta because I know you hate him, but you have to take Nia Jax. It's a great deal. This is a great deal for everyone involved. They get another tag team. We get Penta. Randy never has to watch Penta again. I'm fine with Penta and Ray Phoenix as a tag team.
That's very fair.
You know what? Fair. You can have Andrade too for that as a bonus.
Yeah.
He doesn't have anything to do on the show because we have to put him in tag matches. And this match was so good. Like
it was. It was a good match. I enjoyed it.
Phoenix was selling for a while. He eventually gets out and does an amigo kick. There are so many things in this match that I could highlight. Phoenix doing a moonsault into a German suplex was ridiculous. Johnny Gargano hurts his knee at some point, but he still ends up hitting a slingshot spear. Reverse tornado DDT by Andrade on Johnny. They hit a shatter machine in this the old revival finish. We end up having the finisher ends up being a Mexican destroyer into the message, and DIY loses, and the makeshift tag team beats former tag team champions.
Wasn't there interference though in this?
There's a little bit of interference, but there wasn't anything major. It wasn't like there was somebody that came down to distract them. That's the next tag match.
The next tag match. Yeah, sorry. All right. I'm getting my tag matches confused because I think I sent you a note saying I'm on the tag match now. Then to only realize that there's two tag matches.
Yeah, you sent me the note and I didn't know if you were on this tag match or the tag team title match.
That's because I'm an idiot.
Doesn't matter. You wouldn't know if you were on the first tag match that there was a bonus one coming.
Yeah, all right. I'm sorry. I'm getting my stuff confused.
It doesn't matter. This match was the only that makes me mad that the real tag team loses to the makeshift tag team, and the makeshift tag team is made up of a really good tag wrestler who's not wrestling with his brother.
Yeah, well, I thought we were doing this review fast today because there's a PLE tomorrow.
We're just chatting here.
We're taking a lot of time to talk about this.
Dude, here's another one. Yin and Yang Progo number 3. This has been on TV, filling up airtime 3 times.
Oh, and then the the late show thing.
Oh Cena. Yeah, forget. And there was like 10 or 12 recaps in the show. This is preparing us for next week because next week they're recording SmackDown next week on Monday.
Yeah, that's so. Do you know what would be amazing? Is
If we get if we get some,
Netflix goes live and we get it on Monday,
I that would be so amazing because we'll record the podcast and just
Canada
release
Day.
it. We'll release it as a Canada Day special.
Yeah. Oh, that would be so amazing.
But that's not what we're getting. What we're gonna get is Ron Cena. No, I wish. Ron Killings is coming out and he wants to fight John Cena, but Aleister Black kicks him in the head. And I think this officially makes Aleister Black a heel. At least it does in my books. How dare you touch him? That is Ron Killings, the truth. He is, as Greg Feldman likes to say,
he's a goddamn national treasure.
That he is. He is.
So put some respect on his name. And yeah, all I really want now is for Ron Killings to do this, Greg.
I will beat the ever-living hustle, loyalty, respect right back in your ass.
Excellent.
I want him to beat the hustle, loyalty, and respect right into Aleister Black. How dare you disrespect? Ron Killings got fired by WWE and the fans wouldn't let it go away.
Yeah,
nobody was chanting we want Black when he left WWE.
And no.
Dude, I am so excited that they'll have a good match. I just think Aleister Black is a heel. Like, do you think he's going to start taking out people's eyes? Is he going to start spitting black mist into people's faces again and they go blind?
I have no idea.
Do you remember when he used to do this on AEW?
I don't remember that.
All right. How about Aleister Black and Damian Priest in the back? Do you even want to talk about this, or they just talked and then for some reason Carmelo got involved after getting Crossroads?
Yeah, no. Well, we can move on from that.
Speaking of something I want to move on to from very quickly, Street Profits versus the Wyatts, Greg.
Yeah.
What a goddamn waste of time this was. As soon as I saw the other tag teams all come out, I was like, oh God, I know how this is ending.
Yep. Yeah. Here's the honest to God truth. I knew how this was ending before they even started.
Yeah, that it was going to end with a schmoz and all the other tag teams are going to come out. And then Eric Rowan gets involved. He takes out part of the tag division, but eventually he gets super kicked by 4 guys and taken out. But that doesn't totally take him out. There has to be a dive. And then the one thing I did not expect, I was sure that the Wyatts were going to stand tall over the tag division again. But instead, we had Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins do huge dives to the outside. And those guys stood tall. Like, what a novel concept, Greg. The tag champs are the best team.
Yep. Very novel concept. But hey, let's move on.
Hey, Greg, those like all the tag teams are here. And if Pretty Deadly was healthy, we'd be all set.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, wait. Okay, fine. I know you're ready to go do something else with your life. Here, recap.
Get the recap. Get me the flush sound.
What? Because the bloodline is back. Big Jim and
Big Turd.
Greg is so mad. Oh, I love when you're angry because this is it.
That's what I feel.
So we're not even going to talk about that. Nah. Greg, you know what else I'm sure you're pissed off about? Tiffany Stratton versus Nia Jax.
Yeah, this was not the nicest thing I've ever seen. It certainly wasn't pleasing to the eyes. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, I didn't. So their gear was better than the t-shirts, but Tiffany.
I meant the match in general. I wasn't talking about the gear, but I mean, what I said is what I said.
Hey, at least the referees, you could see their long sleeve shirts, but they weren't.
Yeah, I didn't bump on Daphne. I can't remember her last name. Her ref gear tonight.
Yeah, they were wearing because of what they wear now. The long black sleeves you don't even notice them. Like
no, with the gray. Yeah, because I think it was more gray and it tied in with their already existing color scheme, right? So again, this goes back to what we said from the beginning. Like, get like a NHL referee, full length jersey, and then you don't have a problem.
Or just color match it like they did tonight. Like, yeah. I get it. They want them to wear the same shirt so it doesn't stick out. But the women stick out on these shows. It's hard not to. Like Nia's gear, like you could tell it's like, oh, this is Nia's regular gear, except the meshy parts are now covered with fabric. And Tiffy's gear is like, Tiffy needed totally different gear because her gear is definitely X-rated in Saudi Arabia.
That was definitely a new set of gear made for Tiffy tonight, because that certainly wasn't a reused one because she had an extra in her closet.
Yeah, this was not her spare outfit. No. She did get squished though early on by Nia. Nia dives off the apron through a table, smushing Tiffy. And then at one point, that's at least to an 8 count. And then she hits 2 annihilators, one onto a chair. That's only 8. I'm like, what does she have to do to kill Tiffy?
I don't understand this, because like Tiffy took like 1 annihilator like 2 weeks ago and she was like, dead.
Well, the title wasn't on the line, Greg. If you told her that if she didn't get up, the title would be on line. She somehow gets out of a Samoan drop and power bombs Nia through the table. Everybody's dead. Down comes Nia Jax, wins, or Nia Jax, Naomi, and she's going to cash in. But before she can cash in, whap with the briefcase, goes Tiffy with to Naomi, whap with the briefcase to Nia, and then we get a prettiest moonsault ever. That doesn't work, but Nia recovers. She stands like an idiot on the apron, and Tiffy fights out of a suplex and said, whap with the briefcase again. Greg, we needed a creative ending, because you know what would have been a better way to get rid of Nia Jax? Duct taper.
Yeah.
The Dave Bautista ending.
And that was so creative back in the day. Like, it was a very creative, different way to finish this. But I mean, there are definitely ways that you could have done this. This is not the way I would have done it, but
she has a wardrobe malfunction and has to give up the match.
Yeah. I think that they booked themselves into a corner with this damn thing.
Especially where they were, because there was a lot of things, I'm sure. Like, I was thinking about it today. I was like, they can't have these women bleed in Saudi Arabia. Like, I don't think they would be allowed to. Like, or also, do you really want any jokes about that in Saudi Arabia? No, you don't.
No, you don't.
So then you saw the clock and it's ticking down, and I'm like, John Cena's coming out and there's less than 10 minutes. And this was the most entertaining 10 minutes I've had wrestling in a while. And I hate CM Punk with a fiery passion. But boy, I got to give the devil his due. This was amazing.
This was the segment of the night, 100%.
Dude, this might have been the segment. This was the segment of the night, and we got told SmackDown's going back to 2 hours.
I know, that didn't make segment of the night.
So we have him come out, and CM Punk is dressed up in a retro Chicago Cubs jersey.
Hold on, before you even get to CM Punk, so John Cena comes out, and Cena has his
never seen 17.
Never seen 17 to grace you with Riyadh one last weekend, which I thought was kind of fun the way they did that.
And then he says, "Take a look at greatness." And before we can bask in his glory, to steal somebody else's theme song, CM Punk comes out, and you could tell right from the beginning, if you could see the screen in the background, we had the old John Cena logo, but instead it was Punk Life. This is basic Punkanomics. John Cena's theme song comes out, and you forget how great John Cena's old theme song was. And Punk says, "You stole my promo, so now I'm going to steal yours." And he's going to be a rhythmless rapper. Greg, there's highlights in this. There's a lot. I can't do them all, but I will say, John Cena, you've buried more people than The Undertaker, will be a line that I will remember for a long time.
Yeah, he called Cena a Timu Macklemore with Mackleless rhythm. Yes, he's buried more people than The Undertaker. If he didn't eat his vitamins or fix his bald spot, he'd be a Boston Mall cop.
He said that he's somehow less offensive than him. when he made a line-up joke about his bad acting compared to Batista. The reason why we can't see you is because you're straight to DVD. I'm like, oh, God dang, he's just killing him.
To him, he'll always be the Marine. Yeah.
I'm gonna be Kendrick, and you're gonna be my Drake.
Yes, and there's a line here that I don't think I took down, but basically, in 6 months, Cena will be gone, and might be superhero washing his underwear for James Gunn. But there was the line about his ex.
Oh yeah, I'd be leaving too, but if they rehired my ex,
yeah.
Meanwhile, they probably will rehire your ex, Punk. Lita will be back in a couple of weeks for the PLE.
That's fair.
Because if you told me Trish and Lita were coming back to be in some sort of tournament for the women's tag titles,
you believe it too?
Well, Trish is rumored to be coming back. So, dude, this was a great episode of SmackDown, and I'm grading 100% on the curve because not only did we only get a 2.5 hour SmackDown, we only have 2 hours next week.
They got a 9 out of 10 just for announcing the 2 hour SmackDown.
They got a 9.5 out of 10. We're great on the curve. It was like somebody turned in their term paper and stapled a 20 to the top of it. And I'm like, yes, pizza.
I love that you were happy with just the 20.
I'm not a greedy man, Gregory. I will take a 20.
Apparently not.
Let's cut this show apart.
This is your SmackDown synopsis.
And your SmackDown synopsis is brought to you by the following commercial announcement.
Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
Are you ready for the best, or maybe the worst, Raw review on the internet? Depends who you ask. But either way, Randy C. and Eric B. have you covered as the Raw Dogs. Catch them every week right here on the Hub for Draw Straws Raw, breaking down all the chaos from Monday Night Raw. And if AEW's more your style, don't miss Shaw and Ashley with a Dynamite Drop, your full AEW recap, dropping fresh every Friday morning right here on the Hub. If you want to support your SmackDaddies in style, then head to smackdaddies.ca and grab the latest t-shirt. Look good, feel good, dropkick your wardrobe into next week.
All right, Greg, we've done our sponsors. I'm looking forward to having Sean back for a new episode next week. I really did miss the AEW show this week. And yeah, we haven't talked about it in our group chat. Somebody's going to be probably covering this PLE. And if not, who knows? Maybe I'll force my children. I've had this idea recently, Greg, that I might start a new episode on our channel called "I'm going to make my kids watch this" and have people suggest terrible wrestling or really good wrestling matches to make my kids watch. It's like, let's start with Kurt Angle versus Shane McMahon. Is it child abuse to make your kids watch gory wrestling? All right. Well,
is it child abuse to make your kids watch a Shane McMahon match?
Okay, it probably is child abuse to make your kids watching.
I'm not saying that Shane's a bad wrestler. Don't take it like that. I'm sorry, Matthew Smith, if you're listening. I'm not saying that at all. But Shane's matches have a tendency of being a little over the top.
Well, here, let's start with this, because the fact that SmackDown went off the air for a half an hour.
You better get in when you fit in.
I mean, they fit it into a 2.5 hour show, Greg, which is great as we were trying to catch up.
Yeah, that wasn't bad. Okay, start from the beginning. The Cody Rhodes kickoff and then SmackDown going off the air.
Sure, that's
Brad, let's do this a little bit different this week, because I'm usually the one who gets to cut stuff. Let's play a little role reversal here. I'll give you the segments and you get to cut.
Okay.
All right. Love doing this on the fly where we don't talk about this shit in advance and we're making up as we go. Call it in the ring, Brad. We're calling it in the ring.
All right. So what's the first match? I'm going to say...
The first segment is the Cody Rhodes kicks off SmackDown.
Well, then that's easy. Keep it.
And then the power failure, and then we're going to redo it all over again.
Yeah, sure. And I'm sure somebody can watch it on USA Tonight, but it's not going to be me. So that means that we go to a match, Greg.
We do, in fact, we go to a match. All right, so then we get the Solo Sikoa JC Mateo backstage.
Well, that.
Excellent. Okay. Then after that, we get the Jey Uso versus Jason Mateo with Solo Sikoa.
Oh, well, I believe it or not, I think that I am actually gonna keep this one because you just gotta.
You better get in when you fit in.
All right, sounds good. All right, and then we have DIY in the back with the tag team division with the GM Nick Aldis and making a match for Tommaso and Gargano with Andrade and his mystery partner.
Nope, cut.
All right. Julia and Zelina with the promos about the U.S. title match.
The promo is cut.
All right, and now we have the women's United States title match for Zelina and Julia.
I'm gonna say yes, but I wish that she was.
Yeah, this is when I kind of wish Chelsea was the Money in the Bank holder and she could run in and cash in. But okay, so we're gonna keep this match. Is what you're saying?
Yeah, we're keeping this match. I loved it. I will say yeah because I think I'm happy with the outcome and the fact that Zelina is no longer the champ.
Okay, and then we get the recap of Alexa and Charlotte last week. All right, and backstage, Charlotte walking and met.
Oh no, Greg! All of it. Goodbye.
All of it. Okay. All right.
If I get the scissors, anything. Charlotte shows up.
All right, sounds good. Queen of the Ring finals interview.
I am going to keep this only because of Naomi because it's
yeah. All right. Okay. Nick Aldis and Adam Pearce having no freaking clue what they're doing with the women's title, tag team titles for multiple weeks in a row.
Greg, I know you want this cut, but
you're not gonna take my joy away from me.
I love Truth, so just leave him in. And if it's Truth's here, sorry,
it will set you free. The commentators recapping Los Garza winning the AAA World Tag Team titles at Triple Mania.
I'm going to say that also gets because I'm happy they actually put that in there. Who would have thought AAA?
All right, DIY versus Andrade and Rey Fenix.
We're going to keep this despite the fact I think that the concept is stupid, but the match itself was amazing. That's because this match.
This is exactly why I say I'm all gas, no brakes with it.
Like that match was all gas and no brakes with it.
Okay. John Cena on the Late Show. Okay. The CM Punk Cena video from last week. Yeah. Okay. Right. Yeah.
Get 3 because I've had to watch that 3 times.
Right. Sounds good. The Aleister Black with segment in the back. This is the Ron Killings ringside segment. And
we have to keep that because as far as the truth, Ron Killings,
you are the greatest of all time.
He's a goddamn national treasure.
I was going to say, I think I heard someone say once he's a goddamn national treasure. All right, backstage we have Dawkins and Ford being interviewed about the tag team title defense against White Six. All right, Aleister Black confronting Damian Priest about the whole, getting in,
and Carmelo in the whole bit.
Yeah, very good. Okay. All right, tag team championship match: Street Profits versus the Wyatt Six with every other tag team known to man around the ring. Yeah, it's fair. It's like, Greg, what the hell? Like, we accomplished nothing. The only thing I learned is that if you can find a random partner in the back, you are better than every tag team in WWE. Every damn tag team. Testify. All right. Jacob Fatu and Jimmy Uso in the back.
I got to tell you, I really enjoyed these. Anytime I can see those two together, I think it's funny. So here, let's try this one.
Yell it at me like your dog walked their ass.
Right. Very good. Women's championship, last woman standing match from Tiffy and Naya.
We have a very important rule in this show is that we don't cut Tiffy. And even though this match wasn't spectacular, it was good enough. So
it's Tiffy time.
Although, Tiffy, please go back. Like if we move SmackDown to Saudi Arabia, you get traded back. I love you, but you're going to Raw.
You think so?
If Saudi, whichever show Tiffy's on cannot be the one based in Saudi Arabia.
Oh, you mean if the WWE stays there forever because we like the 2:00 in the afternoon starts?
Yeah, they can. Yeah, we'd have to trade Tiffy to Raw because
I see
reasons.
Yeah, there are assets that need to be handled and dealt with in an appropriate manner, and we can't do that from Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, and I think that there are two very good assets that would be missing from in Saudi Arabia that just won't clear customs there, unfortunately.
No. All right. John Cena and the CM Punk face to face.
I cannot believe this, but I am going to do something. I am going to acknowledge CM Punk.
Acknowledge me.
I wasn't sure if you were hitting Cult of Personality there. Like
I thought about if I had Cult of Personality on my soundboard, I would have. Actually, I should hit his word life. This is basic thugonomics.
Amazing Punkanomics. Like,
go back and listen to that promo because I feel like you could just harvest that whole promo. He was great, and even when he stumbled, he was funny. He was just good.
Yeah, you know that the rap was written for him because he didn't memorize it all. It wasn't off the cuff, and that's okay.
And he was laughing a little bit as he was delivering some of the lines, so he was having fun. And he even said that may have been the best line. In 6 months, you're going to move on, and I'm still going to be here having fun.
I was going to say, I think my favorite part of it was the his brass knuckle inspired drug free on the front of his on his fingers. That was funny.
It was definitely one of the better SmackDowns in a while. And we are getting on a curve because they cut a half an hour out and we are going to 2 hours. Yay!
Amen. All right, Brad. All right. So that covers SmackDown. We will be back next week to cover that, cover a 2-hour, hopefully pre-recorded SmackDown that we might be able to get on Monday. Crossing fingers, Netflix, make this happen.
Yeah, if you want to just show us the episode on Monday and really screw over to the USA Network, and if we can by then if somebody out there is listening and give us a VPN sponsor, we will do that. We will plug the crap out of your VPN.
Yeah. All right. So as tomorrow is Day of Champions, because it's not going to be night when we watch it. I
never even thought about that. Day of Champions.
It's the Day of Champions.
So whatever combination of us ends up talking about this show, steal that as the title.
Oh, it's 100%
Day of Champions.
The Day of Champions. And if you can get it in the Blades of Steel voice through AI, go for it. All right, let's go through the matches as we typically do from what's currently posted on the Wikipedia page for it. So starting at the bottom here, and Brad, I will defer to you in the first pick'em. But so in the first match, Sami Zayn versus Karrion Kross with Scarlett.
I think that Sami Zayn, can Sami Zayn lose in Saudi Arabia? I'm going to say no. So I'm going to say we are going to have Night of Champions from Saudi Arabia, Sami Zayn. Let's go.
Okay, I would have actually picked Karrion Kross because Sami Zayn lost last time in Saudi Arabia. So I don't have the faith that he was actually going to win there. So I was going to go with Karrion Kross. That works well.
And our make good match, because we had one of the matches fall off this card. And I think I'm not sure if it was the Sami Zayn match or this one, but Rhea Ripley versus Raquel Rodriguez in a street fight. Greg, I think this street fight will be better than today's street fight.
Yeah, this is going to be Rhea winning this one, hands down. Mommy will be back on top in Saudi.
Except that I don't think she's allowed to do that pin in Saudi Arabia.
Oh my God. I wonder what would happen there. I kind of hope and pray she can do that pin, but like, what's she gonna do? Oh, all right. We'll see tomorrow.
Okay, Greg. Jacob Fatu. Yeah, I don't know what I mean. Versus Solo Sikoa. How does this one go?
This one is going to be. Oh, sorry. This is your pick.
Listen. I'm picking Solo then because I think we're getting help.
Yeah, this is going to be help. Solo Sikoa is going to win this. Jacob Fatu is going to lose here between all kinds of outside interference. Probably be a Roman Reigns style ref bump in this. I would not be surprised.
Okay, Greg, what about then the next one is yours. John Cena, CM Punk for the undisputed WWE title. This is the easiest of the whole thing for pick'ems.
Yeah, 100%. This is Cena winning.
Outside interference or not?
There will be interference in some way or form, but there will be a low blow in this match. Cena will win, and you'll have dumb baby faces.
Over under 20 minutes.
For just the entrances or
without the entrances, like Matt, bell to bell time. Do you think we get to 20?
I don't think we're gonna go beyond 20 bell to bell,
including people lying down for a while. Yeah, I hope for their sake it's like 10.
Yeah.
Oh, Greg, this next match is painful. Asuka versus Jade Cargill. This is another one. It's like Jade, like duh. Because at this point, Jade will go on and beat Tiffy for the title at SummerSlam and hold the title for about 45 seconds before Naomi cashes it.
Probably. Yep.
And probably almost as obvious for SummerSlam, Randy Orton or Cody Rhodes. Who is going to be John Cena's opponent?
Why don't you hit my sound effect?
Wait, which sound effect's that one? The flush?
No.
Oh, the greatest of all time one?
Oh, whoa.
You went the. You were like putting one hand up. I didn't realize you were trying to throw.
No, I was. Yeah, I was trying to do the. Whoa.
Yeah. So it's Cody. Yeah, I don't think like this is probably the most predictable. Is not always bad. Yeah. But this, if there's ever been a predictable WWE PLE, this is the one.
This is the one. Yeah. So we've got Cody, Jade, Cena, Solo, Rhea, and the only one we defer on is the final match, Zayn versus Cross,
which will probably be. If I had a bet, that's your first match on the show. You'll probably get Rhea and Raquel as the cool down match somewhere in the middle of this between the two. Actually, probably the first match is going to be Jade and Asuka. They'll probably separate the King of the Ring matches.
Yeah.
And if they're smart, they make sure Randy and Cody are last because I don't think you want John Cena and CM Punk following all that wrestling.
No, I think you're right. So
Randy Orton can't win King of the Ring. Is that become the new storyline?
Sure.
So yeah, the Raw Dogs will be back on Monday. I'm sure they'll talk about all the fallout plus the double taping, and we'll be back whenever SmackDown airs this week. Like, who knows?
Yeah, we don't know when we're coming back. We don't know when we're coming back.
If somebody records the whole thing on a stream, we might watch it and just review that.
Yeah, the facts. But I mean, at this point, we may very well be back tomorrow. You don't know.
Who knows? We'll figure things out. In the meantime, and in between time, check out the Raw Dogs. You can check out the Dynamite Drop most weeks, just not this week. And we'll be back next week with another episode of 2 Hour SmackDown.
That we will. All right.
We the ones. Goodbye, friends.
Revolutionary podcasting, sports entertainment. Bobby, Greg, and Brad, the dad bless you all with the lovely tales. A Friday night, SmackDown and beyond. Go to the outer Brad, the dad bless you all with the lovely tales. For Friday night, SmackDown and beyond. Go to the outer limits of your mind with the SmackDaddies. The SmackDaddies. The SmackDaddies. The revolutionary podcast and sports entertainment. The Father Gray and Brad, the dad bless you all with the lovely tales of Friday night SmackDown and beyond. Go to the outer limits of your mind with